So in part B of this question, we need to find the exact value of this integral. So f of x was this function. So let's just plug this in. So we need to find the integral from 0 to a half pi of tangent squared x over 2 plus sine of x dx. So we can split this into two integrals basically, because we just have the sum of two functions. So this is always going to be equal to just the individual sum of the two integrals. So that's very nice. Just like this. And then plus the integral from 0 to a half pi of sine x dx. So in this is the harder part. Integrating sine is going to be pretty easy. But we need to somehow evaluate this integral, the 0 to a half pi of tangent squared x over 2. So here we will have to use a trigonometric like kind of substitution, as we can't really integrate tangent squared as it is. However, what we can do is rewrite tangent squared in the form of secant squared x over 2 minus 1. So this is just a trigonometric identity here. And what we can do now is integrate this, in fact. So we know that the integral of secant squared, so this here, the integral of secant squared we know is going to be tangent. And we also know what the integral of minus 1 is. That's just minus x. So that's going to be pretty nice to evaluate. So basically, we can say that this is just going to be the integral of secant squared is tangent, but we have the inside function. The derivative of the inside function is a half. Since we're integrating, we have to divide by it. That would be 2 tangent x over 2, and then minus x. And then we go from 0 to a half pi. And now we just have to plug in. So 2 tangent pi over 4 minus pi over 2. And then all of this minus, and then plugging in 0 gives us 2 tangent 0 minus 0. And then we just have to evaluate these. So tangent of 45 degrees is just 1. That will be 2 minus pi over 2. And then tangent 0 is just going to be 0. And then minus 0 is still 0. So technically our final answer is just 2 minus pi over 2. However, we cannot forget we also have to integrate the second part of this function. The integral of 0 to a half pi sine x. So what we need to know here is that the integral of sine x is minus cosine x. And then we go from 0 to a half pi. And then we just plug in. So this is just going to be minus cosine half pi plus cosine 0. So about half pi is 90 degrees, that's 0. And then the cosine of 0 is 1. So that's like this. So the final integral. So the integral from 0 to a half pi of fx plus sine x dx. All you have to do is just add the two integrals we have found. So that's going to be 3 minus pi over 2.